Legislators May,
Here.
Irvin,
Present.
Rowley, Curtis,
Here.
Casone,
Here.
Cody,
Here, sorry, I was muted.
Abby Keenan,
Here.
Kuhn,
Here.
Ryan,
Here.
Chase,
Here.
Holmquist,
Here.
McBride,
Here.
Bush,
Here.
Jordan,
Here.
Kinney,
Here.
Williams,
Here.
Mr. Chairman,
Here.
16 present, 1 absent.
Yes, Legislator Rowley is a little under the weather. We hope he's feeling better soon, non-COVID related, just for the record. At this time, I'd like to hand it over to Legislator Jordan for the invocation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dear Lord, please guide us in our deliberations today. Help us to make wise, informed decisions. Help us to have open mind and to be receptive to the input of our fellow legislators, regardless of political affiliation or background. May the Lord guide us in our deliberations today and help us to arrive at well-informed and solid decisions. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Legislator Jordan. Reading of the minutes, is there a motion to waive the reading?
Moved.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Moved.
Thank you. Are there any communications to be presented?
As listed on the agenda.
Thank you. Public comments, have any written statements been submitted for the record?
1 statement was submitted for the record.
Thank you. Reports of standing committees,
None.
reports of special committees.
None.
The clerk will begin the call of legislative districts, starting with district number 14.
District 14, Mr. Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise and offer resolutions 1 through 6, I believe, and urge their adoption.
Thank you. Item number 1, Melanie.
A resolution approving proposed improvements for the Harbor Brook Drainage District consisting miscellaneous culvert and channel improvements in and for the County of Onondaga, New York.
Legislator Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe we've talked about this item a number of times now. These are channel improvements to be made in the city of Syracuse. It's basically a 110-year-old channel. It's really improvements to open it up and clean it out, make sure that flooding or the waters flow properly and avoid flooding. It's actually resolution 1 is a resolution to approve the work. Resolution 2 is actually the bonding portion that goes along with it.
Thank you. Are questions or comments on item number 1? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney, Williams,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Casone,
Yes.
Cody.
Yes.
Keenan,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Ryan.
Yes.
Chase, Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride.
Yes.
Bush. Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
16 ayes, none opposed, 1 absent.
Resolution number 1 is adopted. Number 2, Melanie?
A resolution authorizing the issuance of $200,000 bonds.
So moved.
Thank you. Objections to the motion? Hearing none, motion's carried. Legislator Jordan, number 2.
Again, this is just the bonding companion to resolution number 1. So it's a resolution to authorize $200,000 in bonding for the improvements to the Harbor Brook Drainage District. I did speak with Frank Mento, and because there was distributed, I believe, information on some state funding that perhaps might defray some or all of these costs. That avenue is being pursued. So obviously, in the event that we don't need this to bond for this $200,000 because of some other funding source, we would not be doing that. But again, this is to approve the bonding in the event that it is needed in order to pay for these improvements.
Thank you. Other questions or comments on item number 2? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan, Kinney,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Burtis,
Yes.
Casone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan.
Yes.
Hune.
No.
Ryan,
Yes.
Case, Holmquist.
Yes.
McBride.
Yes.
Bush. Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
15 ayes, 1 opposed, 1 absent.
Resolution number 2 is adopted. Number 3, Melanie?
Resolution approving proposed improvements for the Onondaga County Sanitary District consisting of Phase 1 of the Metro Wastewater Treatment Plant Annex Asset Renewal Project in and for the County of Onondaga, New York.
Thank you. Legislator Jordan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Essentially, this is work to be done out at the Metro plant. Metro plant essentially has sort of 2 sides to it, so to speak. The dry side and sort of the wet side. This is actually work on the wet side. It includes work or replacement of clarifier systems, the skimmer on top of the tank the tank runs continuously, replacing pumps, aeration systems, secondary clarifier systems, and pipes and chases and electrical components in the underground area of Metro and in the screen and grid area. So it's, again, these are improvements and repairs that need to be done in order to allow the sort of wet side of Metro to operate as efficiently as possible and at as low cost as possible. So I urge the adoption.
Thank you. Other comments or questions on number 3? I will say very briefly that this is a huge project in the long run. It is replacing infrastructure at the Metro plant that is 40, 50 years old and literally operates 24/7 and treats millions of gallons of water a day. So it's very, very, very vital infrastructure. And unfortunately, this is never inexpensive. Anything to do with either clean water or dirty water is very, very expensive. So with that, the clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes. Sorry.
thank you. Williams, Burtis,
Yes.
Casone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hume,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes.
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution number 3 is adopted. Resolution number 4, Melanie?
Resolution authorizing the issuance of $4 million bonds of the County of Onondaga, New York, to
So
pay
moved.
costs of improvements.
Objections? Hearing none, motion is granted. Legislator Jordan, number 4.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is essentially the funding portion of the Metro project. So again, just issuance of $4 million in bonds to pay for the improvements to the Metro plant that were discussed relative to resolution number 3. I urge its adoption.
Comments or questions on number 4? Again, this is the funding piece of it. Number 3 cannot happen without number 4, obviously. Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes.
Williams.
Yeah.
Burtis,
Yes.
Casone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hume,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes.
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution number 4 is adopted. Number 5, Melanie?
A resolution approving proposed improvements for the Onondaga County Sanitary District consisting of Route 481, 298 Industrial Corridor sewer improvements in and for the County of Onondaga, New York.
Legislator Jordan?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, this are sewer improvements to the area near where sort of Ultra Dairy is, Infocon, and where the new Amazon warehouse is located. Currently, effluent essentially kind of goes through the residential neighborhoods near this area, and then goes over to Carrier Circle, and then ultimately to the Metro plant. This will actually avoid the effluent have to go through the residential district, and will also not only accommodate the current expansions and business expansions in the area, but also help facilitate your further expansions in the future. So I urge its adoption.
Thank you. Comments or questions on number 5? All good news in this area. Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Burtis,
Yes.
Casone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hume,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes.
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution number 5 is adopted. Number 6?
A resolution authorizing the issuance of $6,250,000.
So moved.
Objections? Hearing none, motion is granted. Legislator Jordan, number 6.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, this is the financing side of the project out at 41 and Kirkville Road. So it's bonding for $6.2 million to fund the improvements in this area. So I urge its adoption.
Thank you. Comments or questions on the funding piece of this project? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Burtis,
Yes.
Casone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hugh,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes.
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution number 6 is adopted.
District 15, Mr. Kinney.
None,
District 16, Mr. Williams.
none,
District 17, Mrs. Irvin.
none,
District 1, Mr. May.
We are going to take item number 7 out of order. We will re-entertain that at the end of the agenda. So if we could continue with the call of districts.
District 2, Mr. Rowley.
none,
District 3, Mr. Burtis.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would bring items number 8 through 11 and urge their adoption.
Thank you. Item number 8, Melanie.
confirming appointment to the Onondaga County Syracuse Commission on Human Rights.
Thank you. Legislator Burtis.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is confirming the appointment to the Onondaga County Commission on Human Rights. This is your appointment. It is, the appointee is Agnes McCrae. You can see her resume attached, and her term would expire in 2024, and she is replacing Rosalie Young, and we would certainly thank her for her service, and I would urge its adoption.
Thank you. Any comments or questions on number 8? Hearing none, clerk will call a short call.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I'm late.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Leader Irvin, please.
Yes, I've known Agnes for a long time. She's a wonderful person and will be a great addition to that seat. She has a passion for all things that affect the people in this county, and I'm very glad to see that you're appointing her to this position.
Absolutely. Nope, I've heard nothing but good things. Absolutely. Any other comments? Hearing none, clerk will call a short call.
Peggy Chase, I apologize, Dave. Peggy was trying to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Chase?
I just wanted to tell you what a wonderful person Agnes is. Agnes has had a lot of challenges through her life, and yet every day she's out there and supporting the people in the community who are challenged the same way she is. She's an amazing woman, and I know that she will do a great job on the Human Rights Commission. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. Any other comments? Sorry, I didn't hear either of you when you started talking. I apologize. Limits of the system. Hearing none, clerk will call a short call.
Legislators Abbott Keenan, May, Irvin, Williams. 16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution number 8 is adopted. Number 9.
Confirming appointment to the Onondaga County Syracuse Commission on Human Rights.
Legislator Burtis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, this is also an appointment to the Commission on Human Rights. This is the county executive's appointment. This is, the appointee is Rashida Caldwell. Also, her resume is attached. Her term would expire at the end of 2022. Ms. Caldwell will fill a vacant position there, and I would urge its adoption.
Thank you. Comments or questions on number 9? Hearing none, clerk will call a short call.
Legislators Abbott Keenan, May Irvin Williams. 16 ayes.
Resolution number 9 is adopted. Number 10,
Approving and directing the correction of certain errors on tax bills.
Legislator Burdick.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is a resolution to correct something that we do often. There's many here. The largest one, and we can talk about all of these, they're already discussed and explained in Ways and Means, but the largest you'll see there from Lafayette. Just touch on that a little bit. You also see in the packet a breakdown of what happened there. Basically, what really happened here is that $100,000, the bank that collects taxes did not report quite a few parcels being paid, and the school tax was added to the county tax in error, and it's unfortunate. And so that explains the largest one. Many of the others are just different types of errors, and I would urge its adoption.
Thank you. Any comments on number 10? Hearing none, clerk will call a short call.
Legislators Abbott Keenan, May Irvin Williams. 16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution 10 is adopted. Number 11,
Authorizing New York State reimbursement for 2021 expenses of the recording officer for the County of Onondaga for administration of mortgage taxes.
Legislator Burdick.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, this is reimbursement of salary and other expenses for collection and distribution of mortgage tax for the state. The total for 2021 is $440,193, as you see there, is down slightly from last year due to a decrease in IT expenses. This is something that we do every year, and I would urge its adoption.
Thank you. Comments or questions on number 11? It's something we do every year. Clerk will call a short call.
Legislators Abbott Keenan, May Irvin Williams. 16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution number 11 is adopted.
District 4, Mrs. Tassone.
None.
District 5, Ms. Cody.
Yes, I'd like to offer resolutions 12 through 15 and urge for adoption.
Thank you. Number 12,
A resolution authorizing rehabilitation of the Oneida Shores Park shoreline in and for the County of Onondaga, New York, at a maximum estimated cost of $300,000 and authorizing the issuance of $300,000 bonds of said county to pay costs thereof.
Melanie was on a roll, so we'll.
Sorry. I didn't hear
Great
you.
job, Melanie.
That's okay. Thank you, Melanie. So this is, as Melanie said, $300,000. This is for Oneida Shores Park, a heavily used park and a heavily used boat launch. So this is, we started a project, gave money for this project last year. And so this is providing the money to finish up that project on the, for improvements at the boat launch.
Thank you. Questions, comments on number 12?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Legislator Burdick.
Well, so this is in the 3rd legislative district. Feet, well, I don't know how many feet, not a lot of feet from my house. And I can assure you, I've been over there, I've looked at it, can assure you that this area needs some love and attention. And if you're not sure, the BASS and other fishing tournaments come to Oneida Lake every year, and this is utilized. And in my opinion, this is money well spent. And I encourage you to vote yes.
Thank you. Other comments on number 12?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Leader Irvin.
I was going to vote yes for it until Tim said it was in his district, but I think maybe I'll change my mind.
That's a little bit of a two-edged sword sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. You should have been quiet, I think.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, we've done a lot of money today, and the optics are that we're spending a lot of money, and we really aren't. So I wanted to just say that I'll support this because the parks are being well used by people who are not able to go other places now due to the pandemic. But the spending it has been done under WEP because it's different funding, and this is something I think we need to do. So I will support it, even though it's Tim's district.
Thank you, Leader Irvin. Thank you. We
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
It's for all of us, really. The lake right now, even though it's frozen, there's a lot of people out there utilizing it, as you say, and it really is important, I think, for all of our mental health during this crazy time. So thank you, everybody.
Yes. And yes, it does appear like we are spending a bunch of money, but when you compare it with our bonding in past years for infrastructure, it's literally a fraction of what we typically do to upkeep our facilities. Again, this is phase 2 of the project. So, phase 1 was a good step in the right direction, and this will complete it. Obviously a necessary or a very important piece of infrastructure for us and for the northern end of the county. From an economic development standpoint, it really drives a lot of traffic up there for those businesses. Any other comments on 12?
I'd like to ask a question. This is Legislator Kuhn.
Yes.
The only concern I have with spending all the, this money is it's not clear that it's absolutely going to be a bond. Because once again, if we begin to see any, monies that are left from the general fund from 2020, I'm concerned that they get used for this rather than, for example, mental health services. Do we have any assurance this will be bonded? I was eating a pretzel and it went down the wrong way.
We have wording in our standard language for all bonding resolutions is that the county executive through the chief financial officer has the responsibility of managing that process and deciding if bonding is necessary. Typically, we don't like to bond unless it's 100% necessary. Obviously, we're in a different world right now, a different situation. So maybe that's not exactly the way it, maybe bonding should, maybe we need to cash a little bit more. But that's for them to decide, along with the comptroller who make these decisions, every day and on top of, our financial situation and cash flow.
Thank you.
Okay. Are there any other questions, comments? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Casone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hune,
No.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes.
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
15 ayes, 1 opposed, 1 absent.
Resolution number 12 is adopted. Number 13.
A resolution authorizing various improvements to parks and recreation areas in and for the county of Onondaga, New York, at a maximum estimated cost of $2.16 million and authorizing the issuance of 2.16 million bonds of said county to pay tech costs thereof.
Thank you. Legislator Cody.
Yeah, this is money for upkeep and maintenance in various parks around the county. You know, as Leader Irvin said, and as we were just, you know, referring to and have said many times in the past during this pandemic, our parks are being, you know, heavily used. It's great to see so many people out getting fresh air, you know, in the absence of some other things to do. So it's vital that we maintain the facilities there. We want to ensure access for our residents and also for their safety and the amenities that that the parks offer. So I urge this resolution be adopted.
Thank you. Comments, questions on number 13? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Burtis,
Yes.
Tassone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abby Keenan,
Yes.
Hume,
No.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes.
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
15 ayes, 1 opposed, 1 absent.
Resolution 13 is adopted. Number 14.
A resolution authorizing engineering and survey costs in connection with veteran cemetery lawn crypts in and for County of Onondaga, New York, at a maximum estimated cost of $100,000 and authorizing the issuance of $100,000 in bonds of said county to pay costs thereof.
Thank you. Senator Cody.
Yeah, this resolution is to authorize the survey and to look at the possibility of putting in these new lawn crypts. It's actually they're pre-dug crypts, which would allow for, you know, for doing that in the weather that allows for that. And it would take up much less space than the type of burials we're doing there now. 70 more burials per acre. And it provides a much neater appearance, a more uniform appearance, and a much neater look. And I know they're looking to improve the navigation up there around the cemetery, so it's easier for folks to find their loved ones when they go up there. So I think this will be a great addition to our veteran cemetery, and I urge its adoption.
Thank you. Comments or questions on number 14? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Burtis,
Yes.
Tassone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hume,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes.
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution number 14 is adopted. Number 15.
Resolution authorizing the construction of
Motion to read.
improvements.
Objections? Hearing no motion's carried. Legislator Cody.
Yeah, this resolution is for the yearly request for maintenance and upkeep at the convention center, the garage at the convention center, the War Memorial, the Mulroy Theater. So obviously we held back on investments last year, and so we want to catch up and get ready for the much anticipated reopening of events and in these venues, whenever that may be, we want to be ready for them. So I urge its adoption.
Questions on item number 15, comments? These are important repairs. It's actually part of our agreement with the operator that we will invest this money yearly in upkeep and improvements. There are some very specific things here for the ice rink specifically. Also, as we know, the convention center is being used heavily for our testing and vaccination program, although hopefully that will be transitioning soon to much more fun things. So definitely important piece. Any other comments? Clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes.
Williams. Burtis,
Yes.
Yes.
Stone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Keenan,
Yes.
Kuhn,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Yes.
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush. Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution 15 is adopted.
District 6, Mrs. Abbott-Keenan.
Legislator Abbott-Keenan, are you requesting a waiver on this item?
Do I need one?
Yes.
Okay, then absolutely I am. Thank you.
Is there an objection to a waiver being granted on item number 16? Hearing no objection, waiver is granted.
Thank you.
Melanie?
Confirming reappointment to the Onondaga County Soil and Water Conservation District Board.
Thank you. Legislator Abbott-Keenan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll be presenting item number 16 and I urge its adoption. To tell you a little bit about it, it's my absolute honor to recommend the reappointment of one of my shareholders, Salt of the Earth, Wayne Norris. He's a farmer from Marcellus, and I currently serve with him along with Legislator Bush on the Soil and Water Conservation District Board. He is an incredible steward to the community. He's a past president of the Navarino Fire Department. He's been a dairy farmer, providing food to all of us for 60 years, and now he's dabbling in cash crops. He has been on the board for 35 years, serving as treasurer and also Grange representative. He's also, for 21 years, served as the town of Marcellus's a board member on the Assessment and Tax Review Board. So Wayne is just all about community. He's a really great guy and he comes with a wealth of knowledge. So I'm honored if you would join me in reappointing him to the Soil and Water Conservation District Board.
Comments or questions on item number 16? He is absolutely a wonderful member of that board, having been a member of that board for many years. Yeah, Wayne made it fun going to those meetings. Clerk will call a short call.
Legislators Abbott-Keenan, May, Irvin, Williams. 16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution 16 is adopted.
District 7, Ms. Kuhn.
None.
District 8, Mr. Ryan.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I rise in support of Resolution 17, 18, 19, and 20 and urge their adoption.
Thank you. Number 17, Melanie.
Confirming appointment to the Onondaga County Justice Center Oversight Committee.
Legislator Ryan.
This is a mayoral appointment, a very impressive resume indeed. Comes highly recommended from not just the community, but also a much needed appointment and something that is highly sought from the JCOC, who, as we all know, is doing great work, and a very extensive resume in both social work and mental health services. So yes, I urge its adoption.
Thank you. Comments, questions on number 17? Hearing none, clerk will call a short. call.
Chairman Knapp?
Yes,
Yes, I would like to speak to Tricia's appointment.
please
I've
do.
known her since she was a very young girl. She is an incredible social worker and has most frequently been working as a social worker in the Auburn prison. She brings an incredible amount of experience, and she will be wonderful in this position.
Excellent. Any other comments on number 17? Hearing none, clerk will call a short call.
Legislators Abbott Keenan, May, Irvin Williams. 16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution 17 is adopted. Number 18, Melanie.
A resolution authorizing the reconstruction, construction.
Motion waive the reading.
These are safety upgrades, specifically will encompass upgrades and safety provisions for not both the lighting on the grounds as well as the replacement of housing unit doors. When I say the grounds, I mean the Janesville Correctional Facility and the housing unit doors, and also some replacement. Those doors, they are rusted and a little some deterioration, and with that deterioration and being deteriorated becomes a safety concern. So not necessarily, so these are necessary upgrades. So again, urge their adoption.
Thank you. Other comments on number 18? Before I call for the vote on item number 18, there was a motion to waive the reading. Unfortunately, Leader May had to step aside for a second. So can Chris, could you make that motion to waive the reading so we're all legal here?
Oh, indeed, yeah. Go back over to business. I vote motion to waive the reading of the minutes.
Thank you. Were there any objections to waiving the reading? Hearing none, that motion is granted. So now we're caught back up. Yes, I know we had some very good discussions at both Ways and Means and Public Safety about this item specifically. There were some changes made to it. I thought they were very good changes, wise changes. In February committee, Legislator Ryan, the chair of the Public Safety Committee, obviously, is having the sheriff into and his team to talk about Janesville and their thoughts on the future there. So, but we look at these specific projects as really for the safety of the staff and the inmates up there. So, any other comments on 18?
Mr. Chairman, if I could, thank you for that. And also to that point too, we're looking to public safety and everybody else looking to have a productive decision about the future of both our facilities, whether it be the Justice Center or the correctional facility, about the long-term viability and inmate populations and how that drives populations, drive both facilities, which has long-lasting implications as to what we may want to bond for and facility upgrades. So indeed, so Chairman, thank you for that, queuing that up, and I appreciate that. And we're looking forward to having a good discussion and a deep dive in the interest of the taxpayers' expense. So thank you.
Excellent. So any other comments on 18? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Curtis,
Yes.
Tassone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hume,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
Yes,
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution number 18 is adopted. Number 19,
A resolution authorizing refresh,
waive the reading.
replace.
So moved.
objections? Hearing none, motion's granted. Legislator Ryan.
Yeah, it's indeed, this is a bonding the 2.35. As we all are very much aware, the 911 center is a mission critical, no fail facility. This would provide the necessary upgrades and refresh to the Motorola Vesta 911 system, as well as also replacements to multiple workstations, not only up at the main center, but also the backup 911 center. So obviously, this is fortunately it's a lot of money, but it's what we have to do. And as we merge into the the next generation of how people utilize and get a hold of 911, so we need this capacity, we need this bandwidth, and we need to do the necessary upgrades. So again, urges adoption.
Thank you, Legislator Ryan. Comments or questions on 19? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Burtis,
Yes.
Tassone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hune,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
yes,
Holmquist,
yes,
McBride,
Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution 19 is adopted. Number 20.
A resolution authorizing the
motion to waive the
repaving.
reading.
So moved.
Objections? Hearing none, motion's granted. Legislator Ryan.
$344,000 for the improvements and upgrades. Well, not upgrades, because there isn't much to upgrade the parking lot up at the 911 center, which is in much needed repair. It is almost 29, 30 years old. Milling, striping, and pavement of a 43,000 square foot parking lot will also include additional space and some conduits underneath there to provide fiber optic cables in the backbone for the 911 center, also replacing gates and in-ground sensors for the gate. So again, needed upgrades, improvements, or just adoption.
Thank you. Other comments or questions on number 20?
This is Legislator Kuhn. I also wanted to point out that Commissioner Corn also pointed out that the potholes that are in the parking lot are really dangerous. And having been there, I almost lost an axle. And they've also had an injury. Somebody fell as a result of that. So I think it's a critically important use of money. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments on 20? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Burtis,
Yes.
Tassone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan.
Yes.
Hune,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
yes,
Holmquist,
yes,
McBride,
Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
16 ayes, 1 absent.
Resolution 20 is adopted. At this time, I'd like to go back to item number 7. Leader May.
Thank you, Chairman. I
Let me have Melanie read that in first. Go
okay,
ahead.
thanks.
A resolution approving the proposed leasing of sewer systems from certain municipalities within the Onondaga County Consolidated Sanitary District.
Thank you. Leader May.
Thank you, Chairman. As we, all of us here anyways, know, county has spent hundreds of millions of dollars under amended consent judgments in the past having to do with lake cleanup, environmental issues. As we've kind of gotten our issues behind us, the county that is, towns and villages are now facing similar scrutiny as state, federal regulators start looking upstream. So the truth of the matter is local municipalities do not have the resources to deal with these types of issues like the county does. The proposal that we're looking at now, which was moved out to this session from January, along with the companion local law, which we will be talking about next, is an effective risk management strategy for these types of issues. It also offers significant long-term savings for the municipalities who sign on to this. We, as a group, over the past year, have vetted this thoroughly, beginning about a year ago. Some of these issues came up in the past that caused us to delay this vote. We more or less vetted them further. We're sort of landing in the same spot as to what this agreement is going to look like between the towns and villages. I think it's really, really important to say that anytime you're doing contracts, agreements, negotiations, nobody's going to be happy at the end of the day, fully happy at the end of the day, and get 100% of what they want. But at the end of the day, towns and villages have the option not to sign on should they feel this offer is not in their best interest. So that's always there. I mean, and to this day, I believe Meadowbrook Limestone, the city of Syracuse, still hasn't signed on, which is a little, I look forward to them coming on. It's a little baffling that they haven't at this point, but again, towns and villages, as evidenced by the city, have the opportunity not to sign on. I hope the city does sign on soon. That's where we are. It's time to vote on this. It's a really good proposal, and it's the county's best effort to do something that's in the best interest of all ratepayers in the Consolidated Sanitary Sewer District. So I urge approval to this agreement. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader May. Comments or questions on number 7?
I have a question, Legislator Kuhn.
Yes.
I was just trying to, a clarifying question, Legislator May. This is a proposed, has any of this been presented yet to these districts, these towns or villages and villages?
Sorry, Mary, I was unmuting. Yes, absolutely. In fact, Lysander and Van Buren have either tacitly or informally acknowledged that this is in their interest, and they're very much interested in signing on. So the answer to that is yes.
Thank you.
In fact, not only have they been part of the process, they actually came to the county and asked to be the next towns to enter into this agreement. So they are asking us to be part of this. Other comments? Hearing none, clerk will call a. I'm sorry,
Dave?
somebody have something?
Yes, I just wanted to say, you know, I agree with Brian. I would love to see the city sign on to this. Over the years, we put so much money into sewer issues. And when we don't become a seamless system, these problems are going to continue to happen. So I hope that not only the towns and villages around us, but the city also, you know, in their wisdom, thinks about signing on to this, because it would make such a better system.
Absolutely. Thank you. Any other comments? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Jordan. Jordan,
He had to step out. I think he's going to miss the rest of session, Jamie.
Thank you. Kinney,
Yes.
Williams, Williams, Burtis,
Yes.
DeSone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hune,
yes,
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
yes,
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
14 ayes, 3 absent.
Resolution number 7 is adopted. That ends the call of legislative districts. We will now move on to local laws. We have 2. Leader May, would you? I'll have Melanie read that in, then I'll turn that over to you, Melanie.
Local law authorizing the lease of sewage disposal systems from certain municipalities within the Onondaga County Consolidated Sanitary District for county purposes.
Thank you. Leader May.
Thank you, Chairman. Very simply, this local law facilitates that which was discussed in item 7 and makes it all legal. Thank you.
Yeah, companion legislation. Any comments on A? Hearing none, clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May,
Yes.
Irvin,
Yes.
Kinney,
Yes. Yes. Kinney's a yes.
Williams,
Sorry about that. Yes.
Burtis,
Yes.
DeSone,
Yes.
Cody,
Yes.
Abbott Keenan,
Yes.
Hune,
yes,
Ryan,
Yes.
Chase,
yes,
Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride,
Yes.
Bush.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
15 ayes, 2 absent.
Local law A is adopted. Moving on to local law B, Melanie.
Local law to amend the Onondaga County Hotel Room Occupancy Tax Law, being
Motion
local
read the
law
reading.
number.
So move.
Objections? Hearing none, motion granted. Leader May, on my behalf, please.
Thank you, Chairman. On your behalf, I offer local law B, just by way of background. Going back a couple of years now, the county has considered and looked for a variety of different ways to increase its investment in marketing and promoting our region as a destination. All of those efforts drive sales tax, keeps the room occupancy tax process going. And again, sales tax is a wonderful thing because it offsets property taxes. It's all worthwhile. Early last year, we agreed on the strategy of increasing our room occupancy tax rate from 5 to 7%. Percentage wise, just that number puts us on a par with areas or regions around us from a competitive standpoint, both from a percentage standpoint and a dollar standpoint. It just puts us much more in the ball game than we have been in the past in terms of funding those marketing efforts. The county then through this body requested of New York State to allow us to change our room occupancy tax rate. Very recently, that was approved by the state legislature and ultimately signed off on by the governor. This local law ratifies those steps and enables Onondaga County to start charging 7% room occupancy tax effective March 1st of this year. I urge adoption to this local law. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments on local law B?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
Chairman.
Leader Irvin.
Yes, I'm glad to see that this is finally coming to fruition. I do want to make certain that we use whatever additional funds we are able to gain to take care of the things we said we would take care of with the arts groups and community, and also with the facility in the town of DeWitt. I'd like to hope that all those things will be able to be funded somewhat by this additional monies that will come in eventually.
Thank you, Leader Irvin. Agreed. Other comments on local law B?
Yes, Chairman, it's Legislator Abbott Keenan. I want to echo what Leader Irvin said, because I really, I know we're in a rough time and we have to do what we have to do to tighten our belts on the most critical services, but I think the arts and the community initiatives that we are intending to support with this, I think they are vital to quality of life and enrich what it means to be living in Onondaga County. So I'm excited this is coming to fruition.
Absolutely. Thank you. Other comments or questions on local law B? My only comment, this was actually requested by the hospitality industry in our county to help them, market and, make sure folks know what a wonderful place Central New York is. So with that, unless there's any last comment, the clerk will call a long call.
Legislators May.
Yes.
Yes.
Irvin. Kinney. Williams.
Yes.
Burtis.
Yes.
Casone.
Yes.
Cody.
Yes.
Abbott Keenan.
Yes.
Hume.
Yes.
Ryan.
Yes.
Yes.
Chase. Holmquist,
Yes.
McBride.
Yes.
Bush. Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
15 ayes, 2 absent.
local law B is adopted.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
thank you. I have been informed that for the record, I needed to state that I am co-sponsor with Legislator Jordan on local law A, and also, I believe, local law 7.
the
I'm sorry,
resolution,
item 7.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes, thank you.
Thank
Since
you.
Legislator Jordan had to leave, you on, speaking. Yep.
thank you. Yep.
Yep. Okay, there's no unfinished business. The only announcement from the chair is I hope everyone is very careful out in the snowstorm. We're looking out the window right now down at the legislature. It's still coming down pretty good. So everyone, please be careful, be safe. Leader May, will you make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Yes, sir. I move to adjourn until March 2nd, 2021.
Thank you. We are adjourned.
Take care, everybody.